You know that feeling, right? That incredible burst of energy when you start something new. For the first week, you feel unstoppable. You're waking up early, eating clean, finally starting that business plan. You feel like you're on the right track. But then, it happens. Life gets in the way. The energy fizzles out. The excuses start to whisper. And that goal you were so fired up about is now just a source of guilt, collecting dust in the back of your mind. If you're like most people, you probably blame your motivation. You think you just need more discipline, or that you need to want it more. But that's not the real reason you're stuck. Here's the secret. Motivation was never the problem. Motivation is an emotion. It's a spark, not a fuel source. It comes and it goes. The real problem is that no one ever taught you how to build a system for responsibility. Today, I'm going to give you that system. We're not going to talk about waiting for inspiration. We're going to talk about building an engine. A system so strong that it runs on the days you feel great, and more importantly, on the days you don't. This isn't about trying harder, it's about training smarter. It's about building a framework for success that eventually runs on autopilot. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear, 3-step blueprint to build your own internal system of accountability, one that will finally turn your goals from someday into reality. Let's get into it. The foundation, radical self-accountability. The first and most important part of this system is what I call radical self-accountability. This is all about taking full ownership of your actions and decisions without needing anyone else to tell you to. It's about becoming the CEO of your own life, the one who looks at the results, good or bad, and says, "Yep, that was on me." Most people fail because their goals are just vague wishes like, "I want to get healthy" or "I need to be more productive." Radical self-accountability cuts through the noise. It forces you to stop wishing and start defining. It turns "I want to get healthy" into "I will go to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 a.m. and I will prep my lunches on Sunday." See the difference? One is a dream. The other is a plan. And this is where you have to be brutally honest with yourself. What are you actually willing to do? This isn't about setting some huge, unrealistic goal that just leads to burnout. It's about committing to small, definite actions you can take today. Running a marathon next month with zero training isn't realistic. But running 1 mile today, that is. Self-accountability is grounded in the reality of what you can do now, not the fantasy of who you'll be tomorrow. What happens when you do this is powerful. You start to build trust in yourself. Every time you tell yourself you're going to do something, no matter how small, and you actually do it, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. You're not just trying to write a book, you're becoming a writer who writes. That shift in identity is way more powerful than any temporary burst of motivation. So how do you build this? It comes down to 2 simple practices. First, use the if-then planning method. This is a game changer for beating decision fatigue. Instead of waking up and wondering, "Should I work out today?" you create a pre-planned response. If it's 7 a.m., then I will put on my gym clothes. You've already made the decision. The action becomes automatic. Second, practice daily and weekly reflection. This is non-negotiable. At the end of each day, ask yourself one question. Did I do what I said I would do? No judgment, just a simple yes or no. Then, at the end of the week, you do a review. What worked? What didn't? Where did I fall short? And what system can I create to fix that next week? Maybe you skipped a workout because you were too tired in the morning. Your reflection might tell you to move your workout to the evening. This isn't failure, it's data. You're just refining the system. Radical self-accountability is about becoming your own boss and proving to yourself, day after day, that you can count on you. This is the foundation that all great achievements are built on. The accelerator, the accountability partner pact. Once you've built a foundation of self-accountability, it's time to add the turbocharger, social accountability. If self-accountability is your engine, this is what gives it a massive boost. A lot of us were told to work in silence and not share our goals. But research shows the exact opposite is more effective. There's a widely cited concept, often attributed to a study by the American Society of Training and Development, ASTD, that puts this in perspective. The idea is that if you just have a goal, your chances of success are pretty low. If you commit to someone that you'll do it, your chances of success jump to around 65%. But here's the truly mind-blowing part. The study suggests that if you have a specific scheduled accountability appointment with that person, your chance of success can skyrocket to as high as 95%. Think about that. It almost feels like a cheat code for success. This is what I call the Accountability Partner Pact. It's a formal agreement with one other person, a friend, a colleague, anyone you trust, to hold each other responsible. This isn't a mentorship. It's a two-way street built on mutual respect and honesty. Why does this work so well? It taps into our basic human psychology. We hate letting other people down. It's often way easier to break a promise to ourselves than it is to look a friend in the eye and say, "I didn't do what I promised." That scheduled check-in provides just enough positive pressure to push you through on days when your own drive is low. For this to work, you need a few ground rules. First, it has to be structured. Don't just say, "Hey, let's keep each other accountable." Schedule it. Make it a 15-minute call every Monday morning or a shared doc you both update by Friday. The regularity is what makes it powerful. Second, be honest but empathetic. The point isn't to shame each other for messing up. Setbacks will happen. The role of your partner is to offer support, help you strategize when you're stuck, and remind you of your why when you've forgotten it yourself. Third, your goals must be crystal clear to your partner. Not, "I want to save more," but "I will save $200 by the end of this month by not eating out on weekdays." The more specific you are, the better they can hold you to it. This pact is more than just reporting in. It's about creating a shared journey. Knowing you have someone in your corner who is invested in your success is an incredible psychological boost. You're not facing your challenges alone anymore. Now, I know that building these systems and changing your whole approach to goals can feel like a lot. That's often because we try to do too much at once, get overwhelmed, and then quit. Building an internal accountability system is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Okay, let's get back to the final and maybe the most overlooked piece of this puzzle. The system, the review and refine loop. So, you have your foundation of radical self-accountability and the accelerator of an accountability partner. The third and final step is what holds it all together and makes your system unstoppable: the review and refine loop. This is where so many people drop the ball. They treat their plan like it's a fragile blueprint that shatters the second something goes wrong. They hit one obstacle, see it as a total failure, and give up completely. Successful people don't do this. They treat their plan like a living, breathing thing. They get that failure isn't a final verdict, it's feedback. It's just data. The review and refine loop is a simple, continuous cycle. Track, analyze, and adjust. First, track. You can't improve what you don't measure. This goes back to our weekly reflection, but now you're making it official. Use a journal, a spreadsheet, keys, and an app, whatever works for you. You need to see your progress. And you're not just tracking wins, you're tracking your effort. Did you show up? Did you do what you planned? Tracking your actions is often more important than tracking your results, because effort is the one thing you can directly control. Second, analyze. This is what you do during your weekly review, both by yourself and with your partner. You look at the data and put on your detective hat. Why did I miss my workout on Tuesday? The analysis might show that a last-minute meeting completely drained your energy. What led me to blow my budget on Friday? The analysis might reveal it was social pressure. This isn't about making excuses. It's about finding the root cause of the breakdown in your system. You're looking for patterns. Third, and most importantly, adjust. Based on your analysis, you make a strategic change to the system. You don't just try harder, you change the plan. If last-minute meetings are killing your evening workouts, maybe you adjust and work out in the mornings instead. If social pressure is breaking your budget, you adjust by suggesting free social activities. You act like a flexible strategist, not a rigid follower. You are constantly improving your system based on real-world feedback. Life will always throw you curveballs. A strong system is one that can adapt. This loop changes everything. Suddenly, failing to hit a weekly target isn't a catastrophe that destroys your motivation. Instead, it's a priceless lesson that makes your system even stronger for next week. You start to see challenges not as proof of your weakness, but as opportunities to learn and grow. So there you have it. The real reason you haven't been able to stick to your goals has nothing to do with a lack of willpower. It's because you've been trying to run on an empty tank, waiting for feelings that come and go. You were missing a system, but now you have the blueprint. So start building it today. Don't try to do it all at once. Pick one goal. Define one clear action. And find one person to tell. That's your first step. Thanks for watching.